has been a long time in the making. It's been like, my whole last year, and a little bit of the year before, but beyond that, there's experiences in here and even bits of music in here that have been in the works for a decade. So it feels awesome to finally have this be coming out and to be able to share it with our fans. I like to go, about it like that every time. I think for me, the music, it has to come from a place deep inside. So it's not something that you can, or that I can organize based around, what's good for business. It's got to come from a need, to get something off my chest and a thirst for creativity. I am a really creative person. Going down other roads and doing other things has been a good thing in my life too. This time right now, is so right for us to be making this music. There have been a lot of deep, some of them very painful, life experiences that we've gone through, all of us in the band, over the past few years. And just, from a place of a musical want beyond a soul want, after synthesis, we all were really hungry to rock and to bring, the energy, of what we are, this band and this time on stage with our rock shows, into new music and a new heart and a new energy of that same band that we all love. Point now, I'm at a point now, where I feel like I can see Evanescence for what it is, in a way that I wouldn't have been able to the first or even the second time around, because it was just still forming. And, you know, always, always I'm going to leave myself and our band open for growth. And I think there is a lot of evolution on this album, but I think that at this point, there's something all encompassing about our view of what it means. And it's bigger than me, and it's even bigger than us, in that our time, with the music and with our fans and our experiences together and the experiences and the life that we've all kind of shared through this music together, it just gives us a picture. We get it. Like, we're tapped into what that is, and but that being said, we didn't know if there was going to be a ballad on the album. We had all the music, before we had Far From Heaven. That was actually the last song to be added. And we just got okay with that. It was like, you know what? It didn't pop out. I have a lot of little ideas, but they didn't get finished. And this is just going to be a record that's more on the heavy side and doesn't have to have that, whatever, my immortal moment. I still think it's different than that, but to fill that space. And then it just happened. It was like the last piece to the puzzle that fell into place because it had to come out of me at the last second. I think there are a lot of things about, and this is just like the way I feel. I feel like there's a lot of what I do that is kind of like a little bit of magic. It sort of comes from something else. I can't fully control it. I can make plans to do what we're going to do, but then there's other things that happen that will feel like they make more sense after they happen. I'm like, oh, wow, I'm so glad that happened. Like, Wasted on You is one of those moments, where I wasn't writing those lyrics about lockdown and COVID, but then that happened and suddenly it was like, wow, that's what this is about now. It means a lot to us. It means something different to us than any other video we've done, because it's us. It's proof that we were just not going to let anything stop us. And we knew that we wouldn't be able to make a video as we typically make videos. But we also knew that we really wanted to share our music with our fans and be something good amidst so much hardship. And just be, part of the proof that life can go on, and that we can go on, and maybe that would do something good for someone else who feels stuck and frustrated because, there's just been so much of that. But also, knowing that we couldn't do that meant, okay, well, how can we still give more? How can we still give more if it can't be, big production and big costumes and stuff? How can we give more in a different way? And we thought that we could give more of ourselves, give more of our real, lives. And that is something that we haven't done in that way ever before, to really show our homes and use our families, to help us film it and catch us in moments where we weren't acting, and to just sort of connect with each other, and with everybody else who was doing the same thing that we were. That video will always be really special to us. We'll remember this time.
I mean,
Wow. Well, the first record, we were writing, first of all, with a totally different lineup, uh, me being the exception. Um, and, you know, when I was still like in high school, from ages like 15 to 20 years old.
yes.
A lot more confidence. I think thematically, the music has definitely kind of gone from a place of fighting monsters and talking about the fear to more defeating it. Like there's more empowerment in that now, because I'm more empowered now. But musically, boy, the band has really grown. If you're anybody on here as someone who's seen one of our concerts in the early days versus one of our more recent ones, you know that difference. I have a really, really powerful group of musicians behind me now. And we've been doing this together for a long time. So there's just an energy there, and a mutual respect that is really, really, really crucial, in the creation and the performance. I always hope that. I really do. I've seen it happen a little bit every time. And I always hope that. We always hope that. But you know, we're not trying to make music to appeal to a certain person. We, like I was saying before, we know who we are, and we know who our fans are too. And this is our world. People are always welcome, and the more the better for sure. But the goal is being true to ourselves always. Um, that is the one big thing that's missing from this time, for us, is being able to, normally in this moment right now, we would be getting ready for the tour or on tour, putting together our show. That's always the next step after you finish an album, is like, okay, new era, new music, new show. So, when release day comes, our album will come out, and there is so much satisfaction in that, just having it be out there and knowing that our fans are getting it. That's more important. So that's why we're still doing it. But to in the moment be able to go play a show, yeah, we're gonna miss that. That's not right. Um,
No.
we're looking at it like it's just gonna be that much more powerful when we can get back out there. We're gonna want it that much more. I think the fans will want it that much more. We'll be hungry for it. Everybody's hungry for live shows again right now. And we'll be able to really take the time to make a great show. That's for sure. We've seen some things, but that's the first time that's happened, to us like that, and we don't blame our fans. Things went wrong that day that were not our fault and not the fans' fault. But the way it ended was tragic. That's the last show we didn't play. I mean, we were supposed to play, and then we haven't played since. It was just kind of the beginning of a really weird time, for us. But we put it into the chain. We had to fly home that next day, devastated. Um, and on the plane, I was thinking, like, how do we spin it? How do we take these lemons and turn it into something good? I am always open to cool collaboration, and honestly, the more the more different the artist is than myself, the more I like it, because it's cool to take two very different things and create something new, out of the contrast. So whether that's a rock musician or something else, absolutely. I've been thinking about that. About Spanish and our fans, particularly in Latin America, and how strong our relationship is and has been over the years. I would love to do something special for you. I'm not positive what that is. I was thinking a little bit about Use My Voice and what if we did like some kind of a Spanish version or something. I don't know. I just want to think of something creative though. It's got to be like dedicated, not like a side note. But absolutely, I would be open to that. If you got any recommendations, of course, we don't have like a date. It's hard to plan much just yet, just with the health and the safety of things. But I mean, we've been dying to come back there, first of all, since our last almost show. So it is high on the list of priorities of where we're going to hit first when we come back.